Hi y'all, this is Daisy, and I was just gonna say that I had a deal with one of my Reddit friends that on Thursday I would be goth, and it's not Thursday, but I thought I'd be goth anyway. So I still have the bright red hair, and my stalker used to collect pictures of me, one of the female stalkers. He used to collect pictures of me with different hair colors and stuff, and so I figured they're probably getting into the whole YouTube thing, but recommend us to your friends, y'all. Anyway, it's just kind of funny. So I told him that on Thursdays I would be goth for him, even though I am a little bit long on the tooth. And he laughed and he said that would be fine. So I am holding up my end of the bargain. I'm just doing it on Tuesday because I have to do a little early this week. So I wanted to show you a video of my DoorDash order so you could kind of see what I mean. It's really funny. I ordered DoorDash this evening, and I ordered DoorDash, and I really enjoyed the process. Tonight, it was a little different because tonight, the guy drove past my apartment and parked by a car that I kind of recognized as maybe being a car from my old town. There used to be people involved in paying attention to me, just the woman from New Braunfels, and well, that she was the main one, I would say. And she was busy, of course, so she'd like farm out, paying attention to what I did to other people. My ex-husband had another family, a relationship I didn't know about during the job, from the Army years, that lives in kind of a Cedar Park, Round Rock area. And we live south of Austin. We lived in Round Rock at first, but then we moved south of Austin. And this woman from New Braunfels bought a house across the highway in a neighborhood that was very close to my kids' school. And that was kind of like her place of forming friendships with my coworkers, which is something that she did on purpose. It was very difficult. So then, in that neighborhood, also moved my ex-husband's other, I guess you call her lover, and she still lives there today. They both, I think, still have a house there today. I'm not sure. Anyway, she's another story for another time. So life in my old town was complicated, but it wasn't like now, because now I'm just me. I live alone. I don't have a current relationship. I'm not in any kind of situation. Those women were always worried that I was going to get him back, but I never really tried to get him back after 2012. So at least there's that. But let me think. Always tries to get into everything I do, right? She is the main stalker. The other people mostly report back to her. But when I'm trying to figure out the money person, she does come up as kind of a possible money person. A family friend had a son that lived in an adjacent town to the town that I lived in, where I had my house, and the other woman had the house across the highway and all. And he was kind of a danger. And she's connected to my AIDS family. But we still talk a lot. She and I still am nice to her because she's older, and I'm always nice to older people. So I don't know what else to think about that so far. So I'm going to put that aside for tonight. But one of the cars that this guy was showing me was, because I'm always saying I want to know if the guy I used to work for is around the campus of the apartments, because he really isn't around very often after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And he has been dangerous to me and attacked me in the past. So I kind of keep an eye out for him. But I never really look past, like I never really look to the left at all in my apartments. I kind of look towards the entrance of the apartments and every once in a while. But I really just kind of keep to myself these days after coronavirus. So I hadn't really noticed. But the guy with my DoorDash order tonight drove past my apartment and parked by the workshop area. And the truck that he parked perpendicular to looks just like that woman's husband's truck. And also like the truck of a friend from the old town that kind of was keeping an eye on my daughter and stuff for another guy. Which is scary because my daughter was a beautiful 18-year-old, and that's a whole other story. I can't tell what this is. It's like sticking out funny. Okay, so let's see. I don't know what's going on with my hair tonight. Like I said, my hair's all one length. It doesn't need to be acting funny on camera. And this is malware, I think. Oh my gosh, it's actually malware. Yeah. Let's see if I can get it patted down. Isn't that bizarre? So bizarre. I always think it's weird that the French verb for hate is hair. Like, I don't hate anybody, but people hate me. So, I noticed that this guy's truck was parked perpendicular to, and white is also, like, when we know that white is the color of people that sometimes don't like people like me, but that's a different thing. I don't really think like that because it's kind of verging into the stalker's territory of, like, numbers being important and delusions of reference and stuff like that. So we won't worry about that. And when I say that, I'm not talking about that woman necessarily, although she does too sometimes. She relies very heavily on movie tropes and things like that to describe her relationship with my ex-husband. But, I mean the guy, the neighbors, the crazy neighbors that ended up being a little bit mentally unstable is what I mean by that word. I know people get offended, but they are a little bit mentally unstable when it comes to me. And one of them drives a black truck and a small black car, like a Civic.
The neighbors from the old town.
Mazda 3, and one of them drives a red truck, Dodge truck, big, newer Dodge truck, and this is a white Dodge 1800, so it's a little, I don't know what the numbers are for the Dodge trucks. It's like a little truck, literal truck, medium-sized truck with a half cab, so it's got like a full cab and almost another full cab, but not quite. So anyway, he parked there, and I thought, well, that's weird because that truck isn't usually there, and I don't know how else to go into everything, but my brother threw out the people that lived to the right of him. He chased them out of their house, and he did a number on them for sure. And in their place, he put a family who has relatives that live in the town that I was living in my house. Tall, bald, white guys. They look milk-fed, like corn and milk-fed. And they aren't always the nicest people. One of them is kind of like a law enforcement officer of some sort, like a constable or something. And the rest of them are sort of similar in build and style. So, and they share a house. It's like a guys that rent a house together sort of thing. Because, military, they're not in the military, but they kind of appear to be similar to that look. Everybody in that town kind of approximates looking good most of the time, because it's such a big military presence in the town. So anyway, but beside the point. So one of them also drives a truck like this. And they follow me around sometimes. But this is not my chin, y'all. So just understand this is my chin here. So I'm not really sure what to think about it. I know that it's kind of uncomfortable, but I've had people come up here from out of town before to stalk me and hang around in the apartment parking lot and kind of hang around in general in the apartments and then go home after the weekend. And it could be that there's a big thing, maybe it's homecoming weekend or something. I don't know. It's always a good time on the weekends in Nacogdoches, but this is Monday. So maybe he's back renting. One of them came up and rented a studio here, like this apartment, for almost like 6 months. Right before coronavirus. So maybe he's back. People tend to come back and cycle through here. I don't know why. Sometimes they bring information back and forth, sometimes about me, sometimes nothing to do with me, and sometimes not. So I'm not sure what all that's about. But it's not my favorite situation. My brother, I don't want my brother to get our house involved in contractors and messes and dirty deals and stuff like that. I want it just to be a clean, open market, Zillow type realtor sale of the house. So we get maximum price for maximum benefit. I don't want there to be any trashing of the property. So I'll show you the video though. And you can see that they try to say that they're just here working on their side businesses, but they don't have to look like me to do that. And they don't have to stand in my window to do that. And they don't have to dress like me or have makeup like me or put everything in their apartment in the same place that my apartment is. They literally walk through my apartment sometimes when I'm sleeping or in the bathroom, showering or whatever, just to make sure that their apartment still looks just like mine. That's kind of crazy, huh? I've never wanted anything of mine to look like anyone else's in my life, ever. Even now, I don't want my hair to look like this. It's like really dark brown. When I worked at the jalapeno tree, I had super, super dark brown hair. And that was because I wanted to change. When I moved up here, I was trying to get away from the toxicness of my relationship at that time with my brother. And I just wanted a full change. So I went chocolate brown for like 9 months. But the red always pops through. But I haven't even dyed my hair. I don't know if you can see. It's just the normal color red. It's not at all darker at all. So weird. So it's malware. Because like I said, that woman used to go through and she's trying to say that she wasn't in the pictures, that it's me in the pictures, and that this is what I look like with dark hair. Or she's trying, I'm sure as we speak, if she's really crazy, which hopefully she isn't, but she could be like trying to film a bunch of pictures to throw herself into the thing. To say, this is me. And I don't know. I always look different. I don't look like anybody else. I don't try to look like anybody else. I like the way I look at hair color and makeup is like a crayon box, You just pick different colors for different days and you have fun with it, and then you wash it all off and pick different colors on the next day. Today I'm kind of goth. I did my best anyway. I don't have the dark makeup on because it makes my face look short. It makes it look like this big. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to show you this. And I know when the stalker gets to it, my chin's going to be all funny. But I look pretty good today. I like this. But it's weird too. But anyway, she's trying to, I know that there's always apologists out there. And they're all trying to say, oh no, that's not what that was. Because she probably went a little crazy and did something stupid, or someone sampled her in there without her permission and whatever. And there's like backlash or backtalk or whatever. You wouldn't think that anyone was talking about me whatsoever. But sometimes they do. So, anyway, I'll show you this video. It's kind of odd because I wasn't expecting to see that guy's car in the parking lot, and I don't know why he's here. It's like they cycle through, I guess because they don't live here really. Maybe they're living in the mock apartment. Maybe they're renting a different apartment to live in, and they're filling that one with bugs and stuff. I worry because my stuff isn't there. From that U-Haul storage theft. It's pretty much a nightmare. I think they're holding it for some kind of ransom. But it's kind of scary. So remember though that these guys filmed my daughter having sex with her boyfriend when she was over 18. And it was fine to do. He's a good man. She married him, so no shame. I'm glad that my kids had a healthy sex life, right? But they did do that. They're not the best people. And someone was blackmailing people, and it could have been because all of this came out after my mom died for a reason. Because I fired everybody. So that means that no more money for them. So they dumped all their secrets on me. And I don't want to hire anyone from that group of people to do anything for me ever again, including that woman. So, Anyway, I thought I'd just leave this here with you. But I'm not angry with them. I'm trying to manage the situation because it's a lot to find out at once. And I really wasn't expecting all of it. And I am the kind of person that takes these kinds of things in stride calmly. But I do have to say, for my daughter's sake, to be safe, that people are talking about her in that way and that she should be aware of it. And that I still love her and I don't care what she does. I want her to be happy and healthy. When I was growing up, Glamour and Cosmopolitan were always like, please, go to the clubs and get a different man every Friday night. And have him for the weekend and let him go. And that would be 52 guys a year. So, whatever. And she is a good girl. She is an excellent, wonderful, almost perfect child. So, both of them are. So, anything approximating that would be just par for the course as far as I'm concerned, the way I grew up. But, of course, I didn't act like that either. But that was kind of the expectation for people. And we all, approximated it sort of in different ways with the guys that we love. So, no shame there. But it's what scum buckets, y'all. Such scum buckets. You'll see as we go, more things will flesh out. Some things may just be to torture me mentally, to still stalk me, and not actually have any basis in fact. They may be trying to torture me because they keep sampling in pictures of my daughter having sex. No offense, I hate to say it out loud, but they do for a while there when he was living here, and he felt like his aggravation was at its peak after being fired. He was throwing everything he had at me as far as whatever kind of little hints he could give me of things, and it was really upsetting, y'all. So just to be clear, I want them to know, because I'm sure if this is true, then they have been contacted at some point in their lives with this material and asked to do certain things. And I just want them to be clear that, I don't want them to negotiate with terrorists for any reason having to do with me. I can handle whatever it is. I love them. They're women. They're not children, and they can make their own adult decisions. But, if anyone ever contacts them and asks for money, they should go to the FBI because it's not okay. And I just really worry about them because, that's not fair. They're normal kids. If they don't do anything wrong, you should only blackmail someone if they're doing something wrong. And even then, you shouldn't blackmail. Of course, you shouldn't ever blackmail people. But the expectation is that it would be something wrong. But these people are so twisted, so puritanical, so and God was watching type people that they don't understand that that's not outside the bounds of normal teenage behavior in a healthy situation. And I hate to keep talking about it because honestly, she's a good girl, okay? She probably didn't even do hardly anything, but these guys are over the top puritanical, and you would not believe the things they think are slutty are sad. So one time I bought my daughters, I'm going to just give you an example. I bought my daughters strapless cover-ups to wear over their swimsuits that were long. So they were like maxi dresses, or they were like below the knee maxi dresses. And they were to wear, and they go up to their shoulders almost, like right here at their shoulder line, right? But they were strapless. They were pull up ones so you could step into it and pull it up. And then they had little shawls and little sweaters, shrugs, things to wear over them. Well, I put a picture of them on Facebook in their little cover-ups because I was so proud of them. And those guys thought that looked slutty. And they thought that those made those girls look slutty. You know how old my kids were? They were 13 and 14. And that's just sad. That's just sad. I want my kids to be healthy, have healthy lives with their husbands. I want them to have as many kids as they want. I want them to enjoy a fruitful and thriving sex life. My ex-husband and I were oversexed, basically, when we were younger. Both of us. And we enjoyed each other thoroughly, and I think that's part of a healthy relationship. So no shame at all from me. And she does not even deserve the label of someone. I want to make it clear, like, no matter what she's done, she hasn't done anything to deserve anyone making her feel bad about it. But anyway, the point is, that's the least of my problems. And that's the least upsetting thing that I found out from these guys. And I myself have been treated that way by people in the program, by people that I've had videos of myself naked put on the internet before, many times. And it's upsetting, but it's also part of being a woman in this country. The most puritanical guys in the world will drag you through the mud if they can. And those guys, they hated me. Well, they didn't hate me. They were angry with me, I would say. There's a difference, you know. They were rageful inside at me for 20 years. And they just kept trying to get to me so I would notice them. And I never did. And it's sad that they are like that, and that they're still like that today. That's what this whole mock apartment is. They want to be noticed. They're going to be on my Zoom call with their faces, and they want to be noticed, and it's sad. But anyway, I'm an old woman, y'all, and I really feel bad that they're acting this way about me and about any woman. And I really do hope that law enforcement is taking notice, and they are related to people in law enforcement capacities. But I hope that someone is noticing the mock apartment, the weird trips up and back, all of the crazy things that are couched in other things, but clearly have to do with me as well, which is weird. Because they could do those things anywhere, but they moved it up here on top of my life after I had already moved here, which is really crazy. And you can bet they have explanations all worked out and all kinds of things, but it still is, you know, that apartment looks just like my apartment. The clothes are my clothes. They keep stealing my stuff. So it does have something to do with me. But I'm still living a happy life. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to show you this weird video because it shows the guy's Chuck, and maybe my kids will be like, oh, I know him. He's so-and-so. And if they see him around, they might, keep an eye out for him. Just because anybody right now that comes this close to where I live right this second and is noticeable by a stranger, where a stranger is like, hey, you need to know that this guy is here, then that matters to me. And so far, my men DoorDash drivers have been very protective of me, and they're always like, hey, there's a guy outside your apartment looking in your window, or hey, this guy's in the parking lot flying a drone around your apartment, which is happening also in the video. And he's like, hey, this one has a selfie stick, and he's trying to see in your apartment. And y'all, I'm wearing leggings and a t-shirt. There's nothing going on in here. It's really funny. So anyway, love y'all. Stay safe. Remember, I'm not seeking drama. I wish to have a podcast show about lifestyle things and nothing to do with anything at all. But this is Daisycakes, and I am signing off. I'm not trying to look like anyone else. I am, more an academic, psychological, kind of happy thinker person. I like intellectual topics and talking about the state of the world and, digesting things, like a think tank type of thing. And I'm really into education, and I talk a lot about behavior and special needs and stuff like that. Those are the kinds of things I like. And everything else is just extra. So take care and have a good Monday night. I can't believe it's Monday night and I'm having all this drama, but anyway, hang in there, guys. And thank you to my daughters. Just understand that I'm almost done, hopefully, with getting revelations from people. And I understand that they may not be true and that they may be making up things. But I watched my mom get blackmailed for years from these people. And she may have been being blackmailed about something that was mocked up or deep fake or whatever you call it too. Nothing says it just because you didn't do something that she wasn't getting blackmailed over something. Because people don't pop up and just dump everything on your doorstep unless they were already doing that before to someone else. So, I'm sorry to say it, but anyway, hopefully it'll be okay. Love y'all. Hopefully that's security, and this is my DoorDash driver. No, doesn't look like it. My order says very clearly, first apartment, second floor, facing the bank. Hopefully I didn't pick up a young lady to come up here and harass me. One was going back to the car. I don't know what the hell's going on. Being really crazy. What is going on with you? Okay, you're going to hear him but not see him because I can't figure how to. Oh. Hi. Yes, hold on 1 second. I gotta get you so the cat doesn't get out. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends my links. And please let us know anything you have to say in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for episodes of the Daisycakes and Snowman Show podcast coming soon.